Welcome, everybody, to this special interview episode of the Zelaya Show. I'm joined by a very good friend of mine, Josh Reaves, a Mount St. Mary's guard. He just got back from Indianapolis in March Madness. Josh, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Fantastic. And I want to get right into it. So, Josh, you just wrapped up your freshman season at Mount St. Mary's. What are your first thoughts about the season as a whole now that you're done? You got through your freshman season. What are your initial thoughts with your teammates, your new teammates, and you as a whole? What would you give yourself as a grade for your personal performance?
I would give myself the way I've grown, from really being a freshman and, to being able to handle all the pressure and handle playing big minutes and stepping in and helping my teammates and my coaching staff. I'd give myself a B+ in that part. As far as playing and being able to help the team, I'll say a C-. I still got a lot to learn, a lot to improve with my game, a lot to show, and I'm never satisfied. As you know, I just love to keep working, and I don't like to boast about myself. So
I would say starting at the D1 level as a freshman is a very good accomplishment. You should be happy yourself for that. And I want to talk about the teams. I know you're a team player 100% every time. So talk to me about this NEC championship. You guys come in as the 4 seed. It's only a 4-team tournament. So you're the lowest seed and you guys win the conference championship. Talk me through that entire experience.
I was talking to one of the athletic directors the other day, and it was really that Wagner series. We played them early in the season or late in the season, but before playoffs and stuff. And we lost both games. And we all had a bumpy performance. It wasn't. We weren't satisfied, and that was like it was like a kick in the butt. It was like they really came in our gym and they knocked us around and beat us up a little bit, and then we had to go on the road after that and try to get a couple wins, and that was really gonna test us, and it did. We went to FDU and we went one-on-one split over there, and after that it just felt good to win again after that Wagner series, and it just really showed to me what this team really could do, who we truly are as players, what the coaches expected from us from the get, and it was a fun experience to just even be in that championship. And be the 4th seed. To be the underdog is the best thing, I think, in my opinion, especially coming, from where I come from and my story as well. It was fun to be the 4th seed, because we got Wagner first and we got our revenge. And then we got Bryant, who we couldn't see twice prior to the playoffs because of COVID reasons. But it was fun to get those 2 wins and be champions of this conference. But I always knew we was going to win. I didn't know how, but I knew we were going to win. I didn't know how, but I just knew. So it's unbelievable.
Good mentality to have. I want to ask you, obviously it was a tough season with the coronavirus. You guys had almost 2 or 3 weeks canceled of your season. How was that? How did you guys stay in shape as a team? Were you trying to find other avenues to maybe stick around as one group, one unit, so that when you get back on the court, that chemistry was still there?
I mean, we're just so together as a unit. So our coaches made sure our trainer, our weight room trainer, had us do stuff in our rooms. They gave us things, to work on. And as far as basketball, when you're a hooper or when you're an athlete, you're going to find ways to continue to work on your game. And that's what we did. They gave us basketballs to put in our room. We had outdoor courts. So we went there, got some shots. You can't stop that really. And, as far as working on your rotation with your shot, that's you do that when you're 4 years old, just laying on your bed, shooting the ball in the air and stuff like that. And then nobody was here when we did get our COVID case, so that worked in our favor. So we would just dribble around the dorms and stuff and just work on our handles. It was fun. So
now, obviously, you guys get the automatic bid into the tournament by winning the NEC, and you unfortunately lost to Texas Southern, which was really disappointing. But looking at the positives, what were some takeaways you took from playing in March Madness? Because obviously, you only get 4 years to do it. You did it in your first year. What positives do you take away of playing on the big stage, just being in a March Madness environment, even though it was a bubble?
The positive I take from it is we belong there. That was known, from the summertime. We belonged there, and we proved that. Unfortunately, we couldn't, thug it out or whatever they say, but we belong there. That's a positive. And a lot of people have been saying you didn't make it your freshman year, but I want to get back there and I want to go further. That's my goal for next year. And I don't even want to be in the first 4 games. I want to have that 16 seed or 15, or I want to have a good record next year to where we're just in. You know what I mean? And we play the big schools. I wanted to play Michigan really bad. And so is my teammates and coaching staff.
And Josh, I'll be honest, you guys were fun. You guys were fun to watch. I tuned in, especially at the end of the season. I was like, these guys can get buckets. Don't get me wrong. Nana Opoku, talk to me about your teammates, because you guys got some real athletes on your team.
Yeah, it is established that we are, one of the best defensive teams in the country, and it really wouldn't be without them guys. Malik Jefferson, Nana, Mezzi. It wouldn't really be without them. Them dudes is shot blockers, athletic, strong, and they don't back down from nobody. They're not scared of nobody, and that's why I truly believe we had a chance in this tournament if we took care of our business the first day. But yeah, credit to those guys, man. And then you got Dame, our point guard, and he's just scrappy, and his story and where he come from, and he just takes no prisoners. And everybody knows that. I just want to learn and improve and do what I have to do for my teammates. So. Yeah, we a bunch of dogs.
Real quick before we transition away from your season, I want to ask you about this. What does this mean? What does this mean, Josh? I saw you on Instagram doing. I saw you in the game doing this. Explain to me what that celebration's all about.
Anybody?
Is that 2020 vision you got? Is that what it is, pretty much?
2021, but. I'm
sorry. My apologies there. Okay.
Anybody can tell you though. My favorite player is John Morant. His story and sort of like relating to him, and he always does this. He always does the goggles when he makes a fancy pass, and it was just that time to make a fancy pass. You're on the big stage, and you're trying to just let the world know like what you can do. Like, yeah, that was just a great play, and I just set up my teammate perfectly to put him in a position, dunk it and get back down the other end and, get another stop. So.
Get your name out there. That's what you're doing. We're recording this right now, Tuesday. Expect this to be up in a few days. Who do you got winning the tournament real quick? Obviously we have Baylor and Houston on the right side of the bracket.
I'm going to go with
on the left side. Who do you think is going to win it all?
I got Baylor.
Good choice. I like that.
Yeah.
They're an experienced team. Baylor's a very experienced team. All right. So let's talk a bit about college basketball as a whole right now. The transfer portal is on fire. Syracuse has already lost 3 guys to the transfer portal. I want to get a college athlete's perspective of this. What do you make of all these guys transferring, deciding to change schools? Because it's due to the coronavirus, they get a year. They don't have to sit out. They can play right away. What do you make of all these guys trying to transfer schools and really get a different opportunity to play?
I think it's what you just said, Nick. We got that extra year, and people are, this way you don't have to just graduate and, find a job or really force yourself into the NBA or the G League. And then if you don't make that, you don't have nothing to do and lay back on. So this extra year really gave guys that vision of, chasing their goal, chasing their dream. And, hey, at the end of the day, it's their choice, and if they feel it's going to be beneficial for them and their families, well, then make it. But I looked at it yesterday, and it is a very wild list, and it's crazy because guys are leaving right after they lose in the tournament, and it's just wow. So, but
Syracuse just lost 3 days ago. They just lost 3 days ago to Houston, and 3 guys, valuable pieces off the bench, have already headed out. So it's good. It's crazy. There's talent all over the country. It's going to be definitely fun to watch. Now, you're a Lakers fan. I know that we're both Lakers fans here. They just got Andre Drummond, the big man, starting on Wednesday against Milwaukee. What do you make of that move?
It's a good move, but I feel like we could have got Bradley Beal. We could have tried harder with that. We could definitely, get another wingman instead of really relying on Kuz. But when you look at the East and you see the Brooklyn Nets, it's just like, I don't know. The NBA is just it's weird now. It's something you would just make. It's a team you would make in 2K. I tell my friends that.
So you're not happy with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope starting at the 2 for the Lakers? You'd rather have Bradley Beal?
Yeah. I mean,
what would the Lakers possibly give away for Bradley Beal? Because Taylor Horton Tucker's been when he gets minutes, he puts up buckets.
You can get rid of Caruso, I feel like, but I mean, I'm not them, but Bradley Beal, LeBron, AD, and then you add Drummond, and then you got Schroeder. I don't see the Nets really beating them. I don't see nobody beating them, but I don't know. It's going to be a rough road, and I just feel like if LeBron James does pull this one out, he's the greatest of all time.
I agree. He's got to get healthy first. Do you think the Nets are still title favorites with the addition of Andre Drummond? Because they've got 10 million All-Stars on their team right now, but do you think they're the favorites currently?
Well, of course. Of course they are. I don't see anybody really beating them, especially once everybody comes back healthy. But the thing is going to be, can they remain healthy throughout playoffs? You know what I mean? Like, anything can happen. People could, whine about touches. It's gonna be difficult. But if they figure that out, that's on them, and that's a good job on their part.
Well, we'll have to see what happens. Again, this was Josh Reaves, Mount St. Mary's guard, a starter as a freshman. Excellent season from you, Josh. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk today.
Thank you. Appreciate it.